Blue Monkey Studios. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of something. I don't know. I don't know if I like the Sunday Night Drawing title. I can't really think of anything else to call it. Because right now it's not Sunday. It's not even night. So it's the day after Big Lick Comic Con here in Roanoke, Virginia. It was a good show. I had a lot of fun. Saw a lot of friends. Met a few new people. Thanks to JD and Adam for putting on a great show. I hope to do it again in August. Not really sure yet if that's going to happen. But we'll see. So yeah, thanks guys for coming out and supporting me and laughing at me and yelling at me. No, y'all didn't yell at. I yelled at you. You know that. Oh man, do I yell at people? So anyway, we're going to keep working on the tick. Now, after the last video was done, I kind of went back. I don't know if you can see it on the screen or not, but I just penciled in general shading areas where I want to shade or put shadows. And we're going to see how this turns out. Hopefully good. So here goes nothing. Where did I put that thing? Oh man. For real. Oh, I'll be right back. Got my little jar of water. It's not drinking water. Just so you know. Alright. Use our black ink from last time. And do like a tiny little dollop. Some Vassar. And just dilute the living daylights out of it. See what we get. Practice paper. Right. Yeah, that's pretty good. Starters. Eleanor, please. Love you too, but you cannot keep doing this. No. Don't you huff and puff at me. Don't you start whining. Mm-hmm. For anyone who doesn't know, Eleanor is my German Shepherd puppy. And for some reason, every time I sit down to this art table, she suddenly wants attention. Don't you? Do you want attention? Yeah, I want attention. I'm Ellie, and I want attention, dagnabbit. Yeah, I'm getting all excited. Why do you want attention? She might need to go out. So I will let her outside here in 1 to 12 minutes. kidding. I'm gonna do it right now. I swear. Just 1 second. Maybe a little more. She's staring at me, guys. She is not digging this. Might end up peeing on my floor. Not really. She's more or less house trained. She's not that much of a puppy. Or are you? Ellie. I'm talking to you. Need you go out? Need you go out? Alright, I'm gonna take them out real quick. Be right back, guys. Sit. Pet. All right. Now we're alone. I planned that. I totally planned that. Put these away. Totally planned that. All right. You think this is all impromptu shenanigans? This is all planned and staged. So since it's Monday morning, what did you guys have for breakfast? I had wheat pancakes with sugar-free syrup. I know some of you are like, that's blasphemy. You can't have sugar-free syrup with your pancakes. Did add chocolate chips though, so probably canceled that sugar-free syrup out. But it was delicious. What do you guys like on your pancakes? Or in your pancakes? Or both? I'm pretty simple. I just stick with the chocolate chips. Not big on bananas. When I was in high school, I went over to a friend's house and got up the next morning after spending the night, and his mom fixed pancakes for everybody. And one of the dudes that slept over used peanut butter. And that was weird. That was really weird for me. I'd never seen that before. I've seen blueberries get put in. My dad loves blueberries in his pancakes. But me, I don't know, I probably could stand the blueberries, especially nowadays. I think I might be wrong. He might have put slices of banana. Or I might be getting that mixed up with like a banana sandwich. Did you ever make banana sandwiches when you were a kid? Maybe that's a southern thing. Or maybe it's a poor thing. I don't know. I think lettuce sandwiches is a poor thing. That's right. I said it. Lettuce sandwiches. Oh gosh. Let us just say this conversation never happened. That's a really bad dad joke right there. So if anybody's watching the video that went to Big Lick Comic Con over the weekend, I would love to hear what you guys snagged up. You know, even why you go to the show. Why do you go? Do you go for comics? Do you go for the guests? Do you go for the cosplay? Why do you go to that show? And some of you guys I know personally, you set up there your dealers or your artists. And for you guys, I'd ask, do you find it difficult, especially when you're on a budget, not to spend money on stuff? Most creators, we not only like making comics and artwork, but the stuff we draw, we're also fans of. So if you did, what did you pick up? What did you get? And do you have a budget? Do you say, I am only going to spend this much this time around? And can you actually adhere to that? I kind of managed to do that. I was like, okay, I can't spend, I don't know, I think I set my limit at $100. And I know I bought 3 posters at $15 a pop. I got 2 Godzilla posters. One of the original. It wasn't original, but I'm talking about the original Japanese release poster, a replica of that. And then one where it's Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. It's an awesome poster. I wish I could recall the artist's name, but that artist did a lot of posters for Godzilla. And they are epic. That's all I can say. They're just absolutely epic. And then the third poster I got was an Akira poster, which I probably don't necessarily need. I got the Otomo posters. I thought it was a book, but it's just replicas of a lot of his artwork, and I'm pretty sure, I know there's at least an Akira poster of the the first volume. It's got, I think it has Kaneda and I can't remember the girl's name on the cover. It's red. But I saw that, I was like, ooh, sweet. So I picked those up, and I was on a Godzilla kick, man. I looked around, and there was this dealer not far from my table, and I bought from him before, and he had those reaction figures, and he had 54 and 57 Godzilla, Jet Jaguar, and then he had a reaction figures. You know what? I'll just show you. It was a replica of the original Godzilla, the one that had like fire coming out of his mouth, and I think his arm, you could fire it off. But this is what they had in this little box. Yeah, it's a little weird, but it's cool. Like you just set it on a light, and it kind of glows a little bit. But the one I saw that I really wanted is this guy, Jet Jaguar. You know what? I might draw this guy at some point. He's so freaking cool. I'm not sure I really like the head, but design in general. But man, when I saw this, I had to get it. And this thing glows in the dark. It is super cool. I saw it at a shop locally, but they wanted too much for it, and I got a pretty good deal at the show. So got those 2. 3 posters. I did some trades with other local artists. Lee Horton is one, and I'll show his comic. I got his preview a few years ago and was chomping at the bit. Let me finish this real quick before I screw something up. And he didn't have a whole lot of these issues left. So I was glad I stopped by his table. And it's Pain and Graves. And I haven't, it's been a while since I read the preview, but yeah, he only had a few copies of these left. I'll kind of show you the insides real quick. But he's a local artist as well. He lives here in Roanoke. And there's this picture right here. In the book, it's the sheriff's department. But here in Roanoke, this is a post office. And this is a post office really close to us. And I just noticed that she's in her underpants. That's hilarious. So yeah. If you guys don't know about this, I want to say Lee said that his publisher wanted to have this in Comixology. So more than likely, if you want to read this, you're going to have to go to Comixology and see if it's there. Because when I went by his table, he had 4 copies of these out. The other one, his name is Matt. I did not catch his last name, but I had met him before at Big Lick, and he was great. He bought a few pieces of artwork from my haggle box. He goes, "Oh man, you know, what new book do you have?" I was like, "I have Oh Good Grief preview," and he's like, "Oh, can we do a trade?" I was like, "Sure." And he was telling me about this one. This is his new one. And I was like, he was describing it to me, and I'm going, "This sounds really familiar." And I told him, like, it sounds really familiar, but you know, what are the colors on the cover? And he told me the colors. I'm like, okay, I'm probably thinking of something different. It's like something that had a van on it. So we traded. I went home and looked up in my box, my comic boxes. And this is the one I was talking about. Same guy, but I was saying it's like red, yellow, and green cover. It's not a van, it's a station wagon. But Matt kind of goes through and collects old family photos, and they're not his family. They're just photos he finds at flea markets and whatnot. And then he'll do doodles. And yeah, this is his book. I love this page. I don't know. I think I love this, especially that eye. It's just kind of, yeah, weird, macabre stuff, I guess. Old houses. And you would think it'd be creepy, like, oh man, this guy's going out and getting, you know, random family photos, sketches of architecture. So got those from him, or that from him. The other book's pretty much similar. And then one of my buddies, and actually his wife, is the one that suggested I draw the Moon Knight that we did 2 or 3 videos ago. And her husband was up here, and he had this new Love for Love and Rockets set 1 through 6 for $15. I was like, heck yeah, I want to get this. And we ended up trading for the Moon Knight. That being said, basically any piece of artwork, unless it's like a comic book page, it's going to be up for grabs. This is going to be up for grabs. What else did we have suggested before? Scooby-Doo. Anything macabre, which I'm thinking, when I think of that, I think Edgar Allan Poe or H.P. Lovecraft. So if that's not true, if you're thinking of something else, let me know. And that was from Paige, so I'm sure she'll let me know. And then That guy, bunny ears guy from Appleseed. You know, I'm getting to them. Don't worry. I want to take a. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I love the tick and I don't love Moon Knight as much as some people. I just want to take my time with this, and this is. And the idea popped in my head. It's like, oh, I'll do do a homage to Art Adams' Wolverine. It just clicked. I was like, this is gonna be awesome. So I want to do this one up really good, and I am a huge Tick fan. I remember I've loved the Tick since I saw the cartoon when I was a kid, and at the time I didn't know it was a comic book, and I think when I did find out, I mean it's hard to find those books, but find them I did, and I got them all in one fell swoop. And I got multiple copies. Now, some of those multiples, I think, actually, I probably sold off all those multiples. But the Tick is just the bomb. And it kind of sucks because that first series, it just ends abruptly. And they have like a fake issue 13 that I've read, and it's not the same. It's not even by the original creator. It's just a I can't remember if they called it a facsimile or whatever word they used to be like, this is not an official continuance or finale of this series. This is a possibility. It's an alternate universe fanfic. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. I mean, it was good. Art was decent in it, but it was just kind of like, this doesn't feel the same. It just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just too much of a prude about it. I don't think I got anything else at the show. I did see a, well, Andy, he had, it was Viz publication Dragon Ball issue 1, graded. I thought that was fantastic. Like, oh, dude, I didn't even know anybody ever graded these. I know they're hard to find because I've never found one. And if I had, $1 bazillion, I would have bought it off of them. There's quite a few things I would have bought off Andy over the weekend. Oh, and I might as well just tell you, like, if you're interested in checking his stuff out, I don't know if Andy has a website or not, or I'm not sure if he's selling anything online. I think he's mainly doing shows. But his company's called Bonafide Comics. It's a red and yellow banner, I think. Andy or Paige, correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I'm 40. I'm losing my mind. Things are not as cheap as they used to be. Kids today and their techno music. Kids today and their techno music. I remember when we had good old-fashioned heavy metal. That's right. We're turning into those guys. I can't remember what episode it was of the Tick, where I think it's when Arthur gets just tired of being in the Tick's shadow, and the Tick does his catchphrase, spoon, and Arthur's just like not having it. And he's like, spoon this. And he just like, I think he tries to like fight him, and it's just so funny, just the vitriol coming out of his mouth. Like, screw you, man. I'm tired of cleaning your clothes. Your one blue suit. It's hilarious. I'm thinking, I don't know if this is on the last video or not, or if I did it after the fact, having that drop shadow. The original poster is, there's no background, it's all black. So maybe I'll do all black, and I think there's like a thin line square border. Maybe I'll do that as well. I'll probably make that border off camera. I mean, who wants to see me make a square? A happy little square. You guys can tell me to shut up, by the way. It's like, stop making Bob Ross quotes-ish. You're not Bob Ross. That's true. I don't even have any hair on my head. But I did watch him when I was a kid. And as you can tell, wasn't much of an influence on me. But I did learn a thing or two. Excuse me. Pancakes. Pancakes everywhere. Oh, that's something else. Like from my haggle box. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I have this box. It used to be a cardboard box. Now I upgraded to a plastic blue box. And I'll just put random bits of artwork I've done over the years that, you know, they're either unfinished or they're sketches. And I'll throw them in a box, and I have this sign. It's this haggle box. And you can come up, flip through it, you know, go through all of them, you know, 4 or 5 times. I don't care how many times you do it. And if you like something, you see something that tickles your fancy, and you're like, oh man, this is pretty cool, I will give you a price, and you either accept, or what I'm hoping you'll do is counter. And it's funny because a lot of people, even though they're going to these shows, especially younger people, they haven't learned this art of haggling. They don't know what it is or even how to do it. And so I'm kind of trying to educate them all at the same time, giving them a good deal on a piece of art. And it's fun. So I've had these 2 Star Wars pieces in there. They're fully colored. One's on this size paper, and the other one is actually smaller than this, probably like half that size. And that one's of Kanan from Star Wars Rebels. Towards the end of the show, he is blinded, and so it's him with a cloth over his eyes that he wore in the show. And I think I did that one with Copics as well, and I used this pen to do highlights. And then the other one is of Hera Syndulla. I'm hoping I remember that name right. Like I said, I'm an old man, but I love Star Wars Rebels. It is everything I wanted in a show. So anyway, I drew those things, I think in like 2015 or something, maybe a little later than that. And they sat in that box that whole time. I don't know how many people have gone through that box and it never got bought. Neither one of them. And so this young lady came up, and I think she had passed my table a few times before she came. I think she was waiting for a good opportunity to kind of sneak in there without getting any kind of sales pitch from me or anything. She started looking, and I was talking to a few other people, and just, I think the people that were there I knew, so I was kind of, heckling them a little bit, which she thought was funny, which was great. She's starting to feel comfortable going through it, and every now and then I kind of check on her, see where she's at. Didn't really press her too much on anything, and I noticed she was wearing a Bad Batch t-shirt, and I'm thinking to myself, oh man, I wonder if she's gonna pick these up. And some time goes by, and I kind of look up, and I see she's separating stuff out, and I'm like, oh dude, she's got those two out. They're right there. I don't say anything, I just leave her alone. And sure enough, she got those two pieces and this inked Obi-Wan Kenobi piece, probably on that size, which I'm not too proud of. I don't think it was very good, but if she liked it, great. I'm glad she liked it. There was, just so you know, I don't know if you're watching, I don't know your name, I didn't ask you because I'm an idiot, but there is a pencil sketch of Alec Guinness in there as Obi-Wan. So, yeah, you might want to look for that next time. But I was very excited. I was so glad someone finally got that. And she was like, yeah, I don't understand why this hasn't been picked up yet. And I said, you got me. That was my favorite show. So I liked it more than Clone Wars, which I actually have not finished. I had started watching it years ago, and I think at the time it had gotten canceled and Netflix hadn't picked it back up, or whoever it was that eventually picked it up, and kind of petered off on that a little bit. And it's not because I don't like it. I did like what I watched. It's just so much content that it's overwhelming. But I will watch it eventually. But man, in that show, especially when a certain character shows up, if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it, but it is a great show. Really great show. Really good show, as Johnny Carson would say. Alright. I think I'm about done doing all this shading stuff. So this was the part this is the part I get most nervous about, because I rarely do it, but I find it super soothing and freeing, I guess, because I'm not fretting over it. I'm just kind of, you've seen me do this the whole time. I'm not, oh, Should I put this ink here? I don't know, man. Be game over. Game over, man. You can count me out, pal. I'm not putting ink there or there. Look at that. I smudged it. Guess what? This is going to be black now. That's actually why I said I was going to do a black background. Because I screwed it up. Shh. Don't tell anyone. Maybe I shouldn't put this on YouTube. But I'm going to. So, yeah. That is that. Scribble scrabble. So I think that's it for the shading. I'm going to do the border thingamajig. So next time, how much time have I been in here? 37 minutes. You probably left 34 minutes ago. So, yeah. So next time, I'll have that border ready. I'll ink all that. I'll probably do a speed one of that because that's just black on white. It's just nothing special. Do the spoon, ink that, and then we'll start coloring it. It'll be really easy because he's blue. Yeah, I'll probably splash a few other things in there. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like this video, comment, because the more people who subscribe, like, and comment, the more people see the video who aren't even looking for it. We want to pester them to death. Like, geez, why do I keep seeing this stupid video up? As a guy from the show said, Josh Ginner, you suck. And so does this video. And so does this tick. It sucks. Now it doesn't. So yeah. Do all that. Please leave me some questions, because it's really weird me just babbling on like this in an echo chamber of no one else. I mean, my studio is almost like an echo chamber. But ask me some questions. I'll answer them on the show. Again, if you have a suggestion for a character you'd like to see, let me know. And as I said before, these will be available when I'm done. And so far, I mean, it's only been the 2 Moon Knights and this. The person that suggested it or their spouse snagged it up. So, yeah, and they're going to be reasonably priced. I'm pretty sure that Ricky will grab this. Like a giddy little schoolgirl he is. Oh, yeah, we got to do this. He's going to hate this so much. This is Ricky. Have you seen this child? If you have, run away from him quickly. Hi, Ricky. So Ricky's the one that suggested the tick. I think you can tell why. He's going to hate me for that one. Probably never talk to me again. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.